Monday, but New England special teamer Matthew Slater told a story to ESPN about their win against the Chiefs last week. With about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Chiefs scored to go up 33-30. And a dejected Slater said Tom Brady went up to him and said, quote, "We're good." Slater then said, quote, "I guess we're good. There are guys that flinch and there are guys that don't flinch. He doesn't flinch." The Patriots went on to win 43-40. Skip, what did this tell you?
So, just to give a few more details, the kickoff coverage team had just allowed Kansas City to go 97 yards on the return to set up just a very easy, quick walk-in touchdown to make it 33-30 Chiefs with 8:38 left in the fourth quarter. So Brady seeks out the captain of the special teams, Matthew Slater, to fist bump him and just to say, "We're good." And it shook up Matthew Slater, according to him, to ESPN, because he wasn't ready for his quarterback to say, "I got this." Not yet, not under those circumstances. So when I heard this, I envisioned people across America, starting in your household up in Bel Air, but I envisioned people rolling their eyes and saying, "Gag me. Stop it with this Brady greatness stuff." I envisioned Shannon Sharp reaching for his trash can to upchuck. Am I right?
Yep.
Isn't that your first reaction?
I went to the hardware store and got 15 spike nails and tried to swallow them all.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So it's somewhere that reaction between Brady hate and Brady burnout, because people are just sick and tired of hearing about Brady greatness. But what I thought about immediately was, what if I had read this story about Aaron Rodgers, that on Sunday night he had gone to somebody on defense and said, "We're good"? And what if he had then pulled off his legendary comeback against C.J. Beathard and the 29th ranked defense of the San Francisco 49ers? If that had happened, if that story had gotten told by somebody in Green Bay's locker room, that would be legendary headlines.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would. It would be an explosive story that we'd be talking about all week, and many people would call for Aaron Rodgers to immediately be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame that you reside in, and he would be the only active Hall of Famer. That's what would happen off that story. Am I right about that?
No.
Yes.
You're not
yes.
right. You're not
what happened
right.
when we did our Twitter poll the other day? Who's better quarterback between Brady and Aaron Rodgers? And I said, it's just a popularity contest. I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose.
They know.
No, they're just sick and tired of Tom Brady. So the point is, he's become so monotonously great that on Monday you just shrugged and said, "What else do you expect from Tom Brady?" Well, think about what you're saying, that you expect every fourth quarter under fire, under duress, against a Kansas City Chiefs team that is threatening to go 6-0, and you're in danger of falling to 3-3. They're going to run away with the AFC, and you're engaged in a shootout with the hottest young quarterback in pro football, and you can't afford to make the simplest, silliest little mistake, or you're going to lose the football game. And again, Kansas City is terrible on defense, but so is New England.
Oh,
yeah, but so is New England.
But Tom Brady wasn't going to give New England defense.
Oh, but
Tom Brady
New
was going to
England's
give
defense had already given up 31 points in the second half. 31 in the second half.
Well, how many had the defense given up? Patriots. How many Kansas City defense had given up?
Well, again, at that point it's 33-30. But Tom Brady knows that over the last 8 minutes, he's going to have to score 3 more times, and he did. He takes it right down the field, 7 plays, 75 yards, and then he runs it in the last 4 yards, and that's the go-ahead 37-30 touchdown. And then he needs 2 more field goal drives to win the football game 43-40. That's legendary. That's what that is. Yeah.
I make nothing of this because I played with John Elway, and he would say this to us all the time: "Boys, we good." I'm sure. I'm going to tell Skip Bayless, absolutely fact. In 2000, we were the first team to beat the Tennessee Titans. It used to be called Adelphi Coliseum. Now, we're the first team to beat them in that building. We had been leading the entire game. When they come back, make a game of it, they're down 3. Trent Dilfer was going down the field. Trent throws a pick 6. He walks off the field. He walks to the defense and says, "Guys, I let you down, but I'm finna get it back right here." We go down the field, score a touchdown, come back 4 weeks later, beat him in the division. Now, Trent Dilfer is not Tom. I'm going to bring us back.
So you're saying John Elway's better than Tom Brady? No.
All I'm saying is that when you are a leader, just think about when you're on the flight. Alex, you fly all the time. I fly. Skip, you fly. Just think when the pilot hits a patch of turbulence. He's, oh, my God, we're going to crash. They come on the intercom, and their voice is soothing. This is your pilot, Shannon Sharp speaking here. We just hit a rough patch of air. Everything's fine. We're going to level out. We're going to probably climb a little higher, go a little lower, but everything's fine. That's what they do. They offer calm. They offer comfort. Skip, baby, what is he supposed? Oh, my goodness. Matthew, I can't believe you let the guy go 97 yards down to the 3. What are you talking about? Come on, Skip, for real. Is that where we are now?
What did we see LeBron James do after the blunder by J.R. Smith going into overtime game 1 at Oracle?
The same thing we saw from the Spurs.
He went, oh, my God, we crashed. That's what he did. That's what he said. We crashed.
The same thing.
We're all dead. It's over.
The same thing the Spurs did.
The
same thing the Spurs did in Game 6 when Ray Allen hit that shot. You remember? Oh, they were down. Oh, exactly. Skip, come on now. Look, Tom Brady is great. No one is trying to deny Tom Brady his greatness or his rightful place among the greats.
Legendary.
But to think that he's the only guy that said something comforting, that said something reassuring when it seems like it's about to be chaotic would be disingenuous, would be not true. In other words, that's a lie.
He has done it in the clutch on the biggest stages in sports more than anybody in the history of sports has ever done it. 2 game-winning field goal drives in his first 2 Super Bowls. What looked like a game-winning touchdown drive in the first 2
Why are you
live
giving him
Super
credit?
Bowls.
Well, so Vinatieri saved Tom Brady's bacon.
Okay, but he had to set up both those field goals by completing 5 and 6 passes and drives to set up the field goal.
Okay, but...
And then he played the 2 greatest fourth quarters in the history of the Super Bowl against Seattle and against Atlanta, including overtime. And then last year, he throws for a playoff record, 505 in the Super Bowl. It's just clutch on clutch on clutch until... It's all-time great. I told you, it's beyond Michael Jordan because Michael didn't have this many opportunities to be clutch.
No.
He keeps getting thrown into cliffhanger games in which he has to pull it out.
But here's the thing. The difference is between the finality, because if you lose one game in the playoffs in NFL, you're going home. And unless you're down 3-1 or it's a game 7, you could lose a game 1 in the playoffs and you continue to play. But, Skip, you need to stop this.
But I
tell you what you didn't do. You didn't read the rest of Matthew Slater's statement where he says Coach Belichick prepares them for every situation, and he says, are we doing this again? Why must we go over this again? And guess what happens? It occurs in the game. It's almost like Coach Belichick has a crystal ball, which is why I give him 75% of the credit.
75%. It's a quarterback's game, but you're giving the coach 75%.
Because here's the thing. They try to prepare you for it. There's a reason why that you practice 2-minute situations in practice. There's a reason why you practice the Hail Mary. Because if you get in a game situation, we need you to know how to line up, where to line up, and what we're going to do. So Tom Brady is put through those situations continuously.
So why doesn't Bill Belichick, who mostly coaches the defense, put his defense through situations so that they're better than getting torched by Nick Foles, torched at Jacksonville by Blake Bortles, torched at Detroit by Matthew Stafford, and torched Sunday in the second half for 31 points? Are they practicing? Maybe they don't practice defense. I don't know. Maybe they don't prepare on defense anymore.
On a 3rd and 10 situation, you know 3rd and 10, but you don't know the formation. See, when you're in a situation like that, in offense, you're going to run what you're going to run. They don't dictate your formation when they come out of the defense. I'm coming out in 3 wides or I'm coming out by 2 by 2. I don't care what the defense come out in. So in a defense situation, it's a little different, Skip Bayless. You see what I'm saying?
How many plays does Bill Belichick call in a game? 0.
Skip, see, why you got to minimize the man? I'm giving Tom his credit. I just don't want you to think that Tom Brady is the only guy that offers reassurance to his team or
I don't think it was reassurance. He was predicting, I'm going to go win this game.
You know what I did? What? It just popped up on me. The New England Patriots did not punt Sunday night. So there was a great chance. They didn't punt all night. So he was really up against it. He was really up against it. The 32nd ranked defense in total D. The 31st pass defense. Oh, that's what Tom Brady went and got the field goal against?
He was flawless. You can't make one little mistake or that kid's going to throw it to Tyreek and you're going to lose.
Yeah, the defense.
Did you see what was happening to the defense?
I'm talking about the defense. I'm talking about Kansas City's defense. As bad as you say New England's defense, The Kansas City Chiefs
I'm not
are worse.
sure. They're right in the same.
No, right. No. There's levels to this.
And by the way, they give up a lot of yards, Kansas City's, but they've been classic bend but don't break, because in the red zone they've been pretty good until they faced Tom Brady. And then finally he said, "I'll run it in."
No, they gave up their 19th in points allowed. Their 32nd,
actually.
Really? That's good. That's below
better than last.
That's they're 32nd in total D. They're 31st in pass D. That's where they are, Skip. So in other words, they're bottom feeders.
When did John Elway in a Super Bowl have to come up clutch? When did he have to come up clutch?
You know why
the first 3 Super Bowls he played in, what happened?
Because they said
blown out.
They were, but they said no other person could have got these teams to Super Bowls other than 7.
Oh, okay.
Other than 7.
Right. Well, again, did he have to come up clutch at the end of your Green Bay Super Bowl?
No. Hey, did you watch him in Cleveland? When he had to go 98 yards and get a touchdown with a minute and 36 to go? Is that clutch on the road?
I've seen Brady do it in 6 Super Bowls.
When he goes
6 Super Bowls.
When he goes 90.
That was just a playoff game.
When he goes, just a playoff AFC Championship game. To go to the Super Bowl. Come on, Skip Bayless. Don't try to deny my guy. My guy was this.
Don't get me started on Brady in AFC games, because against Jacksonville last year, 138 yards in the fourth quarter with 12 stitches in the palm of his throwing hand.
No, we don't do that.
Pretty good. Oh,
we don't do that. You said we weren't bringing up injuries anymore.
No.
That's what you said. You said if you said Hall of Famer, you are in the Hall of Fame, right? They didn't revoke you. I said, no, they didn't revoke you, Skip. I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
okay, Aaron Rodgers.
You're right. As Belichick said, it wasn't exactly open heart surgery.
No,
right?
but you told me Aaron Rodgers, he's not hurt. He just ran 4.3.
Well, he did.
Okay, well, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
All right, guys, we're moving on. Is it already time to worry about the Lakers? We'll discuss that with Steven Jackson next.